Hey everybody, so tonight I am going to branch out once again and try something new in my air fryer tonight. I am not a huge seafood fan, but I did stumble across this recipe on Pinterest, and it's air fryer salmon patties. And first of all, it's super simple. In fact, it's only 6 ingredients. So, and it's basically you just mix all of it in a bowl. But to start off, it did say 14 ounces fresh or canned salmon. And obviously you can see I've already got that in the bowl here, and I've crumpled it up, however you want to call it. And so after that, it does call for, just going to like that, 3 onions, or 3 green onions, I should say. I'm getting a little excited here. And so you're just going to finely chop the green onions, and then also you're going to get 3 tablespoons of fresh cilantro. And then also I'm going to be putting in 1 little egg. And then it does call for just some salt. It doesn't necessarily specify how much salt. And I do have 1 teaspoon of paprika here. So let me get the green onions and cilantro all chopped up, and I'll be back in just a minute. Alright, so as you can see, I do have the 1 egg, the paprika, my green onions, and cilantro in the bowl here, and I'm getting ready to mix it all up. But first, I just want to show you, I am getting ready to go over and preheat my air fryer, so to the 360 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's go do that. Alright. And I do have my unit already plugged in here. And we are going to be air frying today. And it did say 360, so I'm going to see if it'll let me. I believe it's, 5-minute increments, so that's really good. And the time, it said 6 to 8 minutes. And so I am going to obviously set it for 8 minutes. And it said to turn them halfway during the cook time, so I'm going to go ahead and push the start button so it can preheat. And now I'm going to come back over and get this all mixed up here in the bowl. And it said to form 6 patties, so we'll see what I can do here. I'm going to start with a fork and then probably end up going over to a spoon, or, some form of a better mixing tool other than a little fork. So, I got it generally combined, so we have right here by my, alright. And you can definitely pick out, all the bones if you want. It said that, it's up to you. The recipe that I followed, the lady said that she actually likes having the bones in. It, gives it a little bit more flavor. I just went ahead and left them in just for fun. And as you heard, the foodie is ready to go. So I'm going to jump over there and at least push the pause button really quick, because I don't want my timer to keep counting down while I'm not ready. And so for me, this looks pretty decently mixed up. So now, like I said, it's had to form like 6 patties here. So I'm not sure how well my mixing and patty forming is going to turn out, but we'll just wing it. Might be a little bit bigger, and I think that'll be okay, You don't necessarily have to do exactly 6. So, like I said, I'm probably going to end up with 4 just because I'm doing bigger patty sizes. So, again, I think it's just your preference. If I did 6, they would be pretty tiny. Not that there's anything wrong with that, especially for feeding 6 people. And it actually looks like, judging from what I have left in the bowl, I'll end up with 5 instead of 6. So it kind of almost worked out exactly the way it said in the recipe. I'm sure I could have, added some here and taken away some there. So But anyway, I'm pretty excited, you know, just because we got extra flavors in there, like you have your cilantro and your green onion, so I think that'll help me at least with a fishy flavor. And I'm just going to jump over to my sink and at least wash my hands just a tiny bit here. And I will get you guys situated over by the air fryer while I get everything ready. Alright, and for the sake of this recipe, I am just going to put the baking tray underneath the air fry basket just to be on the safe side. And so I'm just going to put these guys on here. I'll show you really quick before I obviously put it in the air fryer here. Alright, save this plate for later. And so yeah, these are the 5 patties that I was able to form here. And I believe I got it in there just perfect. I did. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and push the start pause button again, and it's going to continue the cooking process. And I will be back in about 4 minutes so I can flip them over. I did forget to mention I added a generous amount of salt in my mixture before I mixed it all up in there as well, in case you were wondering, because I knew I had talked about it, you know, in the beginning with all the ingredients. So I did put a generous amount of salt in there, so it's in there, even though I didn't show it to you. Alright, so I am at the 4-minute mark, so I'm going to hit the start and pause button again. And I'm going to grab an oven mitt and a spatula to see how well I can flip these over. So, bear with me. I'm a lefty, so not that that has anything to do with it, but I'm just going to go ahead and pull the tray out and hold it nice, hopefully. And bear with my flipping. I hope everybody stays together. So, yes. So far so good. I mean, I got one left, so we'll see if I can manage to do this without having them all fall apart. And it seems like I did fairly decent. Pretty impressed with my flipping skills. Alright, and I'm just going to hit the start pause button again, and I will be back in 4 minutes when they're all done. Alright, so as you can see, we are officially done here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these out. And they look really, really tasty. So I'm going to go set them on the pot holder over here. And I'll let you guys take another look at them. A little more up close and personal. And now that, you know, you're done cooking, you can obviously hit your power button down here. And that'll turn it off and it'll cool down. But over here are your air fried salmon patties.